Hi, welcome to the Blueshirts Corner. So the Rangers are going to be taking on the New Jersey Devils tomorrow. And I'm giving everybody a little bit of an update exactly what's going on with this team. So the situation with Ryan McDonough does not look good. It looks like McDonough might not be playing tomorrow versus the Devils. And it looks like some guys are going to have to really step up. Vigneault is going to have to trust guys like Dylan McIlrath to play. He's going to have to trust Dan Boyle. I mean, he seems to have complete confidence in guys like Mark Stahl, Dan Girardi, and Kevin Klein. You know, he'll trust Keith Yandel from time to time, but like Dylan McIlrath and Dan Boyle are like in the doghouse for this guy, and I don't even know what the defense could look like. I'm going to assume, judging by Alain Vigneault and the way he likes to roll the defense, it looks like Mark Stahl and Dan Girardi, they're going to be on the top pairing together. That's the only explanation I could really see coming out of Alain Vigneault. He likes to roll these guys in tight situations. So that's going to be our top pairing. And I expect to see Keith Yandel in the second pairing now, playing with Kevin Klein, or let Kevin Klein play with Dan Boyle. Like, I feel like if you split up Keith Yandel and Kevin Klein and have like Dylan McIlrath for Keith Yandel and have Dan Boyle play the left side next to a guy like Kevin Klein, it could be good. I don't know what the defense is going to do. We're already in a tight spot because the defense hasn't been good this season in a sense. I mean, they've been a lot better of late, and I'll be honest, like I've been watching the tape on the season. Like, I was looking at how the defense performed in December compared to now, and guys like Mark Stahl, they've gotten better. You know, Dan Girardi is still not the same Dan Girardi, same thing with Mark Stahl, but they've been better. I've been watching Dylan McIlrath, and I feel like this guy, it's time for Alain Vigneault to play him. It's time for Dylan McIlrath to get a shot, at least until McDonough is back. But I'm looking at this squad right now, and I feel like the forwards are fine. You know, now is the time when we cannot be trading Keith Yandel. We need Keith Yandel to step up. I would rather have Keith Yandel on the top pairing with Kevin Klein. If they want to have Mark Stahl and Dan Girardi for the second pairing, fine. I mean, Dylan McIlrath and Dan Boyle, I could assume that could be a third pairing, judging by Vigneault, because he doesn't trust those two guys. So let's just hope that this team steps up and they help each other out. This is a tight-knit group, and I feel like our guys are going to play for each other. The guys need to step up, and they need to play for McDonough. The fact that Rick Nash is still out with this bone bruise to the left leg, I'm not sure what's in store for the future. I feel like this lineup needs a little bit of a change. I feel like the days of Daniel Paille are over. Daniel Paille had more than enough time to have done something to prove himself, and I don't think that this guy should be in the lineup at all. I feel like he needs to go to Hartford, and I feel like we need to call up somebody. I mean, if Jason Megna is going to be recalled and then reassigned, then we got to pick a guy that we could rely on. And I've been watching the Hartford Wolfpack. I've been looking at it, and it looks like a guy like Marek Harivic. If we're looking for a penalty killer, Marek Harivic, I mean, this guy has really been good in Hartford. I feel like he deserves a shot. He's been with the organization for 4 years. I mean, it's about time him or like Ryan Bourque get the chance to come up and play, because at this point, we have guys in this lineup that don't even deserve to be here. I mean, I think that Tanner Glass has been good when you stick him next to a guy like Daniel Paille. You look at Tanner Glass, you're like, at least he does his job. At least he comes out and delivers some big hits. I could trust Tanner Glass, and I never thought I'd hear myself even saying something like this, but after watching Daniel Paille, I realized the value that a guy like Tanner Glass has. So I'm like, we need to recall Ryan Bourque, Marek Harivic. Well, I'm not sure how long a guy like Ryan McDonough is going to be out for, but I mean, if we're going to have to recall somebody from Hartford, I think Brady Shea or Matt Bodie could definitely come in and contribute. I would definitely think that if it's going to be a long-term thing for a guy like Ryan McDonough, like if he has a concussion or if there's a fracture to the jaw, or, you know, I'm not sure of the severity, you know, we're still yet to find out, but why not have Matt Bodie and Dylan McIlrath for a third pairing? I mean, just as a safety net, recall a defenseman, and I feel like Matt Bodie has definitely taken a bigger role with the Hartford Wolfpack over the last 2 seasons, and I would rather see him in this lineup over Dan Boyle, because we need somebody to step in and play the left side, and it's either got to be Brady Shea or Matt Bodie. If we're going to have Dan Boyle playing on the left side, I just hope that this guy could definitely step up big time, because we're going to need all of our top guys to be top guys. As long as they're not holding the goaltender out to dry, as long as they're not giving up quality scoring chances, I'm happy. I'm thinking now, I'm looking like there's a lot of guys that we might be in the market for. I mean, they want to trade Keith Yandel, but at this point we shouldn't. But from what I'm hearing, they're looking to pick up like Kevin Shattenkirk from the St. Louis Blues. Possibly trade away a guy like Rick Nash for him. I mean, if Rick Nash is back, then maybe we could trade him. But at this point, the guy's injured. You can't trade him. And we're kind of stuck with our backs against the wall now. We can't move any of our defense, because unless we're getting somebody that's going to step up huge, we're going to have to pick up a top defenseman. I mean, even if Ryan McDonough is back, we still need somebody to step in. And Kevin Shattenkirk, he grew up a New York Rangers fan, and he's one of those guys that I could definitely see coming to the Rangers and wearing his heart on his sleeve. I mean, this guy would definitely love to come and play for the team he grew up watching. Let's let a guy Kevin Shattenkirk come in and play. And I'll be honest, after seeing Wayne Simmons sucker punch Ryan McDonough, and the league isn't even going to penalize him, they're doing nothing about it, it's driving me nuts. I feel like now's the time when Dylan McIlrath needs to stay in this lineup full time, because even when Ryan McDonough is back, I feel like Dylan McIlrath could be the Jeff Boom to Ryan McDonough's Brian Leetch. And that's exactly what we're going to need. Somebody to step up and protect our captain. There's no excuses at this point for why a guy like Wayne Simmons could get away with sucker punching Ryan McDonough. The league will do nothing about it. I'm waiting for us to play the Philadelphia Flyers again and see a guy like Dylan McIlrath set the tone. I feel like Dylan McIlrath is going to have to fight Wayne Simmons after this on Valentine's Day. Show some love there. Drop the gloves. I don't know. I mean, the fact that Wayne Simmons could get away with this, I don't see him getting away from Dylan McIlrath come the 14th. I'm looking forward to seeing McIlrath just put a beating on this guy, because he deserves to get slapped up. Just over the last 2 to 3 years, watching Wayne Simmons, he annoys me, because he always does something like this. Like, I remember when he was jabbing away at Mashinter with the glove. This guy is so cheap, it's not even funny. And I feel like Dylan McIlrath just needs to drop the gloves with this guy, because it's been a long time coming. Anyway, I'm going to keep everybody posted, and just remember, let's go Rangers.